Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another day of metal detecting. So today I am in a brand new permission. It's a lovely ploughed field. It's recently been drilled, so it is growing, but it's still quite short, and I'm going to be really careful not to disturb any of the crops that are growing. But it's quite an interesting field. It's got lots of history in the local area. There's a lovely old lime kiln just in the field opposite, and there is potentially what we believe a very ancient trackway that cuts through this field as well. So there is quite a lot of history here, and I am hoping that we are going to get something good today, as always, otherwise we wouldn't come out. But it is very windy and there might be a chance of some rain as well, so wish us luck. Hopefully I stay dry and hopefully we get some good finds. So that's enough talking. We've got a lot of detecting to do. As always, if you like the video, hit subscribe below, and that means that you'll be able to see every video I upload. And of course, if you like the permission, hit a thumbs up as well. See you guys on the first hole. Okay guys, so I've just had my very first target of the day in this lovely ploughed field, and it's a nice World War I sort of military button. Looks like some sort of RAF button because it's got wings on it. It's obviously got the crown on the top there. So yeah, my guess is this is sort of World War I era. Really nice find, especially considering it's just a button, but it does obviously mean that there was certainly something going on up here, and somebody lost their button in the process. So yeah, there's that one. Let's crack on, see what else comes out. Okay guys, so we've got find number 2. And what is find number 2? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm not too sure. It just looks like a piece of quite a thin copper alloy. It's bent at one end, but I can't see whether or not it's got any writing on it or anything like that. What would it once have been used for? I have absolutely no idea, but it looks old, doesn't it? It's got that sort of nice green patina that's been in the ground for some time. So yeah, not really too sure. I'll have to take that one home, give it a clean up and see if we can actually get anything from that. But cracking signal, just don't really know what it is. Okay guys, so I've just had another really nice little target, and I've pulled it out, and it just appears to be what looks like a sort of little scrap strip piece of possibly copper alloy, possibly silver. Now what's quite interesting about it is it's actually got a little bit of decoration on it as well, and if you can just see very clearly on the side, there's sort of like horizontal lines that run all the way down it. And then in between the lines there appears to be what looks like maybe eyes or flowers or some sort of decoration. So potentially this could be a little silver item. Not really too sure what it would have come off of, but it's certainly a really nice little target, and it sounded absolutely lovely, and it wasn't even that far from the surface, which is good because, you know, I'm really trying not to disturb these crops in here. But yeah, I'm quite chuffed with that. That's pretty good. We've only been here for about half an hour, so you know, hopefully there's going to be some more lovely bits to come out. Let's find out. Okay guys, so it looks like I've had my very first coin of the day, and it looks like a pretty old one, but it's pretty covered in mud, so I'm going to have to clean it very gently and just see what sort of age we're dealing with here. So I'll get my brush out, zoom the camera in, and we can have a look together. Okay guys, so let's just give this coin a gentle rub to see if we can get some of this dirt off, and see if we can find out how old this coin might be, because it could be any age at the moment, any age at all. And hopefully if we can see some sort of detail on it, we might be able to date it. But from its shape and its size, it looks like a early sort of George coin, I would say. But we might have to give this one a little squirt of water. Now it's important to just say at this point that the water I'm squirting on this coin is not tap water. It's nice, clean, bottled water. And that's just so it hasn't got any of the additives in it, like the chlorine and the calcium and all the stuff that the local authorities think that we like to drink. And let's have a look. Okay, can we see anything on that side? Not really. Let's try the other side. Let's just give it a light brush. This toothbrush has no resistance at all, by the way. It's such a light and fluffy brush, and that is obviously so that I can make sure that I'm not scrubbing off the details, and I'm doing it very, 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 very gently. Okay, what have we got here? Can we see anything? I'm not sure we're going to be able to get much from that, are we? I don't think it's a Roman coin. I would like it to be a Roman coin, but I don't think it is a Roman coin, unfortunately. There's just nothing left on it at all, but I mean, it might be. I just don't think it is. Oh well, there's a nice coin, guys. Let's crack on, see what else comes up. Okay guys, so I thought I'd just show you this little strange thing that's just poked out. Don't really know what it is. I thought it was the top bit of a padlock or something to begin with, but I don't think it is. It's not the right sort of shape. So it's obviously broken in half, so it's some sort of loop of some kind. But what was it? What was it used for? Your guess is as good as mine. But there we are. Just thought I'd show you that one. Let's move on. Okay, so for a minute there I thought we had another coin, but I turned it over, saw the shank bit on the back, noticed it was a little bit domed, and soon realised it was a button. But yeah, it's a pretty cool button. Don't think there's going to be much information on it for us to get anything from it, but I'd say that was relatively old, maybe 100 years old, maybe a little bit older. But there we go, another button, can't argue with that. Let's keep going. Okay guys, so today is actually October the 31st, which of course means it's Halloween. And I've just made a really gruesome discovery in the field, which might be quite apt for the video. But check this out. It's a bone. Looks like some sort of leg bone. The top of the femur. I think it's a bit too small to be human, but it could be a child's bone. Who knows? But yeah, that is definitely the top of the femur bone, I would suggest, and it was just lying on the top of the field. So it's obviously not very old because it's still here. Bones traditionally don't last very long in the ground, especially if the ground's quite acidic, which around this part of the country where I detect, the ground is very acidic. So it's obviously not very old, but be interesting to know what this is from, and hopefully it's not anything gruesome and it's just some poor animal that's come a crop, and yeah, final resting place was in this field. But there we go, guys, a bone. Okay, so had quite an interesting object down here. It appears to be broken. It's a broken something. It's almost like a leaf shape with two holes that go through it. Copper alloy. Doesn't look tremendously old, I have to admit, but it's interesting. It's got that very sort of odd sort of shape to it, really. I can't think of what it might be. Could potentially be part of like a furniture fitting or something like that, but then it's not flat, it's quite curved, so I'm not too sure what type of furniture that would have attached to, but it does seem to be quite heavily tooled. So yeah, I'm not really too sure about that one, but it's an interesting little find. Whether it's new or whether it's old, if anybody out there can help me identify that one, then I would be very, very appreciative. But yeah, there's that one. Got a couple of hours left. I did think it was going to rain a moment ago, but it hasn't so far, so that's been pretty lucky. But yeah, let's crack on and see what else comes out. Okay guys, just had a really big target, and it turns out it's a massive chunk of lead, and it's actually a huge pot mend. Now this pot mend would have come off of a vessel that was absolutely massive, because the size of this lead and how heavy it is, it obviously has to have come off something absolutely huge. And you can see that the hole in the pot itself would have been absolutely massive as well. So chances are this has come off of quite a big sort of storage vessel or something like that. But yeah, what a huge chunk of lead. But it's pretty cool, because it does mean that there was people here a few hundred years ago mending their pots. What they were doing out here, the pots could have contained anything. Could have contained seed, could have contained oil, could have contained beer or cider. But yet they were definitely here, and they were definitely mending them, and when they were finished with them, when they were really broke, they just threw them in the fields, and that's what we find today. So there we go, a lovely big lead pot mend. So I've just had quite an interesting little surface find. I can't tell whether it's silver or copper alloy. It's very thin, rounded at both ends, but it gave an absolutely cracking signal, mainly because it was so close to the top. But yeah, I don't really know what this is. It's obviously got some sort of little catch at the top and a loop at the bottom, so this obviously was something. I have no idea what it was, but it could potentially be silver. It's got that sort of dark patina about it, and it absolutely gives such a good signal as well. But what its use was, I honestly have no idea. I can't be any help, unfortunately, today. But it was obviously for something, and again, if anyone can help me identify this, then I really would be appreciative, because little things like this, just I can't stop thinking about. You know, I'm like, what actually was that for? And to be honest, you know, I've probably had a few sleepless nights over some of the junk that I've found in these fields. But let's crack on. Half an hour, let's see if anything else comes out. Okay guys, as you can see, it's getting pretty dark now. It's only about 4:30 as well, but that's winter for you. Anyway, I was just making my sort of last stroke up and down this field, and my camera typically was at the top of the field, and I just kept on getting loads of junk, like lots of tin foil and just crap, general crap. And then I got an absolutely lovely signal all the way down the bottom end of this field, and I was sort of digging it out with my hands, because everything seems to be relatively close to the top. And I found something really cool. So I had to come and get the camera and run all the way at the top. But I think I found a Roman coin. Come and have a look at this. Okay guys, so that is what I've just dug out. Now, I haven't looked at it at all yet, but that does look like a Roman coin. And it's either a Sestertius or a Dupondius. And I think it's a Sestertius. And yep, there's the bust. There's the bust. Wow. Now, I'm no expert in Roman coins, but from finding a few in the past, I'm pretty confident in saying that that looks like the bust of Marcus Aurelius, which would mean that this is a late 2nd century Roman Sestertius coin. But I don't want to clean it up too much with my hands, because I've learnt from the past that when you scrub these things with your gloves or your fingers, you can basically ruin them. You can take some of the patina off of the top, and that is what holds the detail. But oh my god, look at that. That is pretty much just saved the day. I mean, I've found a couple of little bits, a few knickknacks, but I wasn't expecting to find a lovely great big Sestertius a couple of inches below this plough soil. But wow, yeah, I could go home happy. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's actually in pretty good condition as well, isn't it? So, oh, so chuffed with that. There's got to be some more in here, isn't there? But as much as I want to continue, the light is fading so fast that I just don't think I'm going to be able to get much more. I'll probably go for another 10 minutes, I think. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys this lovely big Roman coin. Looks like a Sestertius, looks like Marcus Aurelius. Absolutely chuffed to bits with that. Woo! Okay guys, so there we are. It's the end of another day's metal detecting. It's pretty much dark now, as you can probably tell, but after finding that Roman coin, I think I went on for about another 20-25 minutes. Didn't find any more, unfortunately. Didn't really find much else other than a couple more pieces of tinfoil. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day. No rain, which is obviously quite thankful, because if it had rained, this ploughed field would have turned into a mud bath. And we've had some pretty interesting bits today. Obviously the star find of the day is of course the Roman Sestertius coin. What a wonderful coin. I mean, it's such a lucky find. Yeah, can't wait to get home and just clean it up and research it, but I'm pretty sure it's a 2nd century Marcus Aurelius coin, and that just tops an absolutely wonderful day's metal detecting. So thank you very much for watching my videos. As always, again, if you do like the videos, please hit subscribe, and that means you'll just get a notification every time I upload a new video. If you like the permission and you want to see me come back, bearing in mind that there's not going to be too much longer for me to get back in here before the crop starts to grow really big, then give me a thumbs up, and that way I'll know that you think it's a good permission. So that's enough talking, it's time for me to hit the road. Thank you very much again, see you on the next hunt.